government would try to talk to me inside of my head. I'm in on that type of existence in life. And they did it because they knew that I used to smoke marijuana. Just a little bit, though, not a lot. Seriously, I never really smoked marijuana in my life. But they knew at the time in 2015 that I used to smoke marijuana in my life. And they knew that I inclined to the telepathy realm of thinking to communicate. And they would hear me and they would see me visualizing. That's why they decided to contact me. I am so far ahead of government with information that I will use to incriminate them, in which they are already criminals, and I will use it to prosecute them. The type of information that I have to explain and expose is enough to make government receive capital punishment. We're talking about government members, certain ones. Also, Lord Rothschild and David Rockefeller, who may still be alive because he may have faked his death. So, I'm also aware of the CIA erasing the memory during communication, verbally, and during the listening of a speaker. A speaker meaning another person talking to you, because they exist within the central control center of the human brain. I'm aware of the CIA there and other people of government, such as presidents, who try to act like they do not have thinking capability within mental telepathy and communication, or have ever communicated within central control center. They have been in communication with me inside of my head for 2 years now, starting in 2015, which is when I first learned about it and was in full-time extensive communication with individuals where I heard the real exact voices in real time, and we had real talks, like real communication, where it gets visual inside of head to where you can see people and what they're doing. They'll tell you what they're doing and all types of stuff. So, the CIA has known me for a very long time, ever since the age of 3, because of my grandfather, John Thornton Walker, and they hated him because he would always talk to the world by thinking inside of his head, and it went out of his head into the world, who also think and say things to communicate, which goes out of their heads, and they have conversations in the air. So it deals with me at age 5, people doing things to my grandfather visually, because the secret was the whole time is that these Caucasian males in the United States of America, they were in on the secret of there being a type of video game inside of the human eyes and inside of the human head, and they used it to kill my grandfather. Also, they used their human intelligence to get inside of the human body of my grandfather and then attack parts of his reproductive system and his organs. Now, as far as reproductive system, I just said it because they did it to me, but they may have done it to him too. But they did make attacks on his cardiovascular organ, his heart system. And one day they put him in a game because he held the $1 million question, in which Lord Rothschild plays a game. He doesn't want to give black people the money, or he calls it his money. So he put my grandfather in games to where they had face-to-face verbal communication often, to where they thought out to one another, and, thoughts are heard. And he put him in a game as he was driving one day, in which many people may have saw it in their dreams, to where people are driving in cars and it feels like a little screen is to the right of your dream, where it's a person's face. That is actually high up government information, what that is all about. Those are real people thinking in real time. And if you have ever had like certain dreams with agents, that is because you have entered into the world of thinking where government is, and they surveillance citizens and they create video games, sometimes just to play with people. Sometimes they set up automated video to scare the living life and create death in a person, like real funeral type death. Also, when that stuff is going on, the video that is, they insert heart attacks into it to where they use their own heart and toss it out. It's, how can I explain it? They project their inner chest, which connects to the heart, and they send it out to another person, which goes either in reverse or outward, which creates heart attack. That's what they did to my grandfather, John Thornton Walker, and they have kept it from me ever since he died, which I believe he died in 1995, and they have always brainwashed me, the CIA, inside of my head where they are all present, that they can gain access to the inside of your head and tell you lies to make you forget. They brainwashed me. They, since age 5, this has been going on. I remember seeing all the visuals and everything, and even hearing the talk from people thinking. Like when people think, it gets projected out to the air, sometimes so loud that it sounds like it's coming from the sky. So they brainwashed me. They brainwashed my whole family to where they forgot about this talk that exists when you think and goes out of the head and above you. They brainwashed me and many people in my family, I'll just say that. But now I remember, and at age 30, I have enough information to fully make it clear that government and Lord Rothschild, also David Rockefeller, have something to do with the death of my grandfather, John Thornton Walker, and are responsible for the attempted murder, along with the Obama administration, for me having all of this information and knowing and having and holding the $1 million question and $1 trillion question, which is, I believe it is a real currency in the United States of America. They're called reserved notes. I have the $1 trillion and I have the $1 million. They have tried to kill me in my life because I have these things, and I told everyone they were real because they do have some type of relevance to getting free money. But the person who controls the money, he controls world currency. His name is Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild. He doesn't like black people too much. And this guy, he'll never be able to shake my hand because he is a real serial killer within, people call it the spirit world, but it's not that. It's not the spirit world. It's the world of thinking. And the world of thinking, when you are thinking to a person and in communication and thinking to a person, that person can gain, or any person can gain, access to your full body, into your human system, like inside of your body, and they can kill you. And that is what Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild has been doing. And he has attempted to kill me numerous times in his game, but I got out of that game. It's like a video game within humans. Sometimes they black out your whole life to where they start to have people pop out and try to punch you. But the way that they kill you is inside of body. And I have enough information to have these people prosecuted, even receive capital punishment. Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild is from Great Britain. He's from the United Kingdom. This person controls the world's money. He controls the world's currency, the world currency. I am going to sue him for $115 trillion, mandatory civil, punitive, and mandatory damages and punitive $1 trillion, $1 million United States that I will receive at my discretion, but I'll disclose it, I'll declassify it. $1 trillion, $1 million every month for the rest of my life, because the information that I have, I found out that he was controlling humans inside of their bodies and also building and creating their thoughts and minds, actions, thinking when he meets them, that they go along his guidelines of thinking and action, and it's really that real. He's created premeditated dreams for people that when he sees them, he triggers it, and then the people become programmed and act out exactly what he created for them. It becomes a person's reality because it takes over their vision. This is something in life that can get me killed, and this is the end of life because this has always been government top secret. I'm in on how they've been killing people. I'm in on Charles Manson. He's really a good character. He's a good person. The government accused him of and his family of being serial killers. Now, that may actually be true. I do not know. But whether it is or not, Charles Manson is still a good man. But those serial killers could have been anyone because they say that he has been mind controlling people to kill within a cult. Now, what they are talking about is the cult within head that Charles Manson knows about because he used to be an LSD user, which then gave him access to humans' brains to where he can listen to a person's thoughts and even create their thinking. That is what Lord Rothschild does. Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild. That Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild of Great Britain, 4th Baron Illuminati, he is a serial killer, but he uses his money to get out of it. So I have all this information, over 2 years of documentation, and while I've been documenting all the happenings that happen within this thought of thinking that projects out of the brain into the air and real people hear it and communicate back, it deals with government, and it's enough to get me killed, but they can't because I got out of that world. I am in reality. Everything I speak is reality. It is reality in life all around the world, but I live in the United States of America. It is enough to shut down White House government because they have all known everything that I speak for the past 2 years since 2015, and they have all kept quiet. They have tried to say that I hit and killed someone in my car, which they say also that because I posted a death threat to have an agent come speak to me from the United Nations, it could have even been the FBI or CIA. I wanted them to come to my house, so that's why I posted it about the president, not to the president, but about the president, and no one ever showed up. But they heard about it only within thinking out into the world. Another person told them. So everything that I speak is from this thinking world where there are visuals also. When a person's thinking, they create visuals, and you can communicate to people within the visuals of your thoughts and then continue to prolong your thinking communication. And it's extensive. It's unlimited communication within thinking. And you can take it back into your own head. And if you do that, a person can control your mind. It's very dangerous, and this is government and CIA information. The information will be declassified in federal courthouse during my hearing, and I must be unanimous. Trillions of United States dollars for the rest of my life because they killed my grandfather because he held the same money that I have. And they tried to kill me because of it, because I'm black. They didn't want me to have it. They didn't want me to know the truth. They call this the secret. And whether, like they say, it's fake, and like I say, it's real, whether it is or not, I still have enough information and things that they have done to me to make this money real if it is fake, like they say it is. I have enough information to literally, rightfully be awarded that much money in trillions of United States dollars because the Federal Reserve in New York, they just create money like nothing. They destroy $6 million a day. They destroy $6 million a day, the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. So trillions of dollars must be awarded to me. Otherwise, it is a failure of the judicial system and the judges of the federal courts, who I am not in any type of hatred towards them, but the money is not a problem because it's available. Whether wire transfers to me and just created digital numbers, which will go on an ATM card or debit card that must be fully protected by government or foreign government of the world, and or printing of my own money. They must give it to me because of what they have done to me ever since the age of 3, when my grandfather was in the quote-unquote game that Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild knows about and David Rockefeller knows about, who may have really faked his death in real life because of all of this information that I am speaking. So he may have faked his death in real life because of all the information that I'm speaking. He knew this day was coming in advance to where I would take everything to federal court. So he's trying to be free because they know or have a strong feeling about their doings in life and how intensely they can be prosecuted for what they've been doing. Because it involves the human brain that they have been playing in within other individuals. So this also deals with a video game that people are placed in life, and it deals with a person named Earl Skidmore of 1200 Arbor Road in Menlo Park, California, the city of Menlo Park, California in the United States of America. This person has always been a thinker, thinking for other people, and he is responsible for putting celebrities of the United States of America in mental video game to where sometimes it takes over their reality in dreams or when they're awake, and then the people can't even go anywhere. They can't even move. So many civilians and citizens in the world and in the United States of America, they call them they. They all say things like, they keep talking to me. They keep messing with me. They keep killing us. They are actually people. He has a son named Clark Skidmore. They are, or used to be, members of the Illuminati actual Freemason cult, or simply just the in-head thought out into the atmosphere of the world cult, to where they're in communication with Fourth Baron, Illuminati, Rothschild, Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild. So they too are extremely guilty. They are responsible for putting celebrities in visual NI near-death experiences, which has killed them, and it is tied in with Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild, who is a banker, and he is a very advanced psychologist, to where he knows how to do this stuff within the human brain that creates dreams. And so do I, but I don't mess around with other people's dreams. I just use it to communicate and transfer information and transfer messages to people. So this will be going on my webcast again. I soon to await a federal judge in federal courthouse to speak before a grand jury and the Most High Judge of the federal courtroom in federal courthouse. This is Jeffrey Stewart II speaking. Social Security number 551910638. Current location near the student store and the Starbucks on the campus of Stanford University. Today's date is May 21st, 2017. The current time at this very moment is 6:37 p.m. in California, Pacific Standard Time. If you have ever heard voices around you when no one's around, you are not crazy. You need to contact me because I'll tell you what has been going on or what has gone on. Also, in which the CIA, sometimes they know if you hear voices, they'll actually brainwash you inside of your head. How do they do it? Something that has been given a unbelieved type of existence in life. And I won't tell you what it's called, but just know that everything that I'm speaking in regards to hearing voices around you, when you feel like you hear a bunch of people cheering for you, that has real relevance to White House and real relevance to presidents of the United States of America and many people in the United States of America and internationally who have this form of communication of pure thinking. Dr. Cornel West, rapper Fat Joe, rapper Prodigy of Mobb Deep, rapper / pop star Sean Puffy Combs, P. Diddy, Sean P. Diddy Combs, Sean Diddy Combs. I just want to say peace to all of you men. Shield, background director. I want you to keep a close eye on the CIA on the inside and make sure that they come nowhere near my brain. I just want to say peace to all of you. I love you. Robin Fenty, if you really have heard me around you when I'm way at home in California, if you have ever heard my voice, I just want to say I love you, and I hope you've been taking notes for me, okay? And I want to say I love you again because I can't wait to see you, all right? Everything that I've been thinking about, I think is really you transferring thought to me. So everything deals with the White House. It deals with the CIA. It deals with Lord Nathaniel Jacob Rothschild. It deals with Earl Skidmore and David Rockefeller, who still may be alive because he faked his death to avoid facing prosecution.